face this way.
Like this?
Nope, so turn. Actually, you can face this way, that's fine. Corner of the table works. So the good news is you're basically using the joint as the fulcrum, and then your stationary arm is going to be along the volar aspect of the proximal bone, and then the moving arm is the volar aspect of the distal bone. So it doesn't matter which joint, which finger you're doing, it carries over pretty nicely. So you just need to make sure you go through your order of operations. So if I was doing PIP Flexion, and this is the one, Dr. Leonard, you said you have to keep the DIP.
So for PIP, it doesn't matter. DIP, you have to keep it.
Okay, so we'll get to that one in a second. So stabilizing at the proximal phalanx, moving middle phalanx, all of these should pretty much be firm end feels for flexion, and I believe they're all firm for extension as well. Dr. Leonard, any hard? Nope, all firm. So also nice and easy to remember. So you guesstimate, and I believe it is 90 for PIP and 80 for DIP. I believe that's what it is. If someone has the list pulled up, let me know whether I'm right or wrong.
Okay, so for digits 2 through 5, this is MCP or PIP?
PIP.
MCP already?
It's 100.
Okay. 100. MCP, there's 2 values for MCP extension. The book says 20, and then the videos say 45 for MCP extension. So if you give us either of those values, we will accept it. Flexion for MCP normal is 90. For PIP flexion, 100 is normal.
So a little
Extension is
beyond
0.
90.
That makes sense.
And then DIP, we'll go over this, but DIP, you have to keep your PIP flexed to 70 degrees because of your extensor hood will actually limit your DIP flexion. So you keep the PIP flexed when you measure DIP flexion. Normal is 70, extension is 0, but sometimes you can get more than that.
Yeah, she has a little bit more. So you guys play with that. Have you guys gone over hand yet in GA?
Yeah.
That's what you're doing now, yeah. So if you keep that PIP extended, like she said, I'm getting an end feel here. I'm not going to push through it at all. Again, all of these structures are very sensitive. But if I flex her, now I'm able to get that 70 still firm end feel. And again, with all of them, it doesn't matter if you're flexing. I didn't really talk about the MCP. I thought we did that for some reason, but we didn't. So it would be the same thing. Distal metacarpal, moving proximal phalange, and then you estimate, you get the goniometer lined up to whatever you estimated it was going to be, and then you just kind of fit it in here. And again, this one has the little space for the knuckle even, so you can get a very accurate measurement with this guy. These ones you might be off, a degree or two. So just do your best to get it in line with the bones. That's really the biggest thing, is if you move off of your fulcrum slightly, but the moving arms are parallel with the pieces that are moving. So you want to kind of palpate along the bone. That's the line I'm following here. This line's a little bit easier to follow. So if for some reason you were doing like one of the middle joints and you're not able to be directly on your fulcrum, then you're able to just be parallel with the bones that are your moving and stationary arm, and be as close as you can for a good measurement, okay? Like we said, a lot of these ones, it's a little bit harder to stabilize, a little bit harder to line up. So you'll get a little bit more leeway here than you did with like shoulder, internal, external rotation, you should get a pretty accurate measurement. So again, we're trying to make sure your skills are good. We have a reasonable level of expectation for where you should be at, but some of this stuff is just a little harder to manipulate, so especially the thumb. Okay, go ahead and